Alright, guys, this is the moment you've been waiting for. This is the last video in this series, in this little mini. Fair warning, whoever edits this, don't edit this out. I have my retainers in because it's very late at night. I probably sound really stupid, but it's okay. I'm not actually that stupid. But, anyways, so this is the final video in this little mini series about crypto. And as I was speaking about earlier, in this uh, cycle, the coin that has won and that has gained retail volume, which is what matters, because retail decides what goes up and what goes down in crypto. I know that sounds silly, but it's just how it works, right? The coin that has done the best, the L1, I'll say, that has done the best in crypto, that has done from $7 American to above $200 at its peak. I will show it to you right now. The layer 1 that has captured the most mind share of crypto is, as you guessed it, Solana, which is currently trading at $153 and 68 cents. It peaked in that little March bubble that we talked about at almost $210 USD per one Solana. And this is a layer 1, just like Ethereum and Bitcoin are layer 1s. And this captures a lot of the retail volume, the vast majority of retail volume. This is where all the memes reside. This is where apps like Radium and Jupiter reside. This is where all these bots like Photon and BullX reside. So, all you need to really worry about this cycle is Solana. If you guys are interested, I'll make another video about trading on ETH and trading on Base, and I'll even talk about trading on stuff like SUI and SEI, which are also L1s, but those are a little complex. Don't worry about that. If you just stay on Solana like me, all I really trade on are Solana and Ethereum, and I make money, so you guys can too. But anyways, I'll talk about Solana first a little bit. You guys can skip this part. But Solana this cycle is really polarizing because of how well it's done. But a lot of people have come out, mainly guys who hold a lot of Ethereum, because it's Solana versus Ethereum this cycle. They've come out and created FUD. FUD just means organized propaganda against a coin. And some of the FUD is correct. Solana is like a house of cards because a lot of VCs own a lot of it. Solana is also where retail is sent like lambs to the slaughter, because the people who are making the most on Solana are like the celebrities launching their coins, influencers, devs, scammers, and the people who sell the golden pickaxes. So I don't know if you guys know this analogy. They say during a gold rush, sell pickaxes, because when everyone goes and shovels for gold, and they split the gold, and who knows if they find it, the people who make the guaranteed money are the ones who create the pickaxes. In this cycle, there is a specific application called Pump.Fun. It is very I know this looks so brain rotted, and it is extremely polarizing. Like, I know this looks silly, but I assure you, it is very much not. Just look at this. Like, this is disgustingly brain rotted, but I assure you, this is quite interesting, and I'll talk about it more a bit later. But anyways, the point I want to make is that VCs, people who made Pump.Fun, people who made Photon, people who made BullX, these guys are raking in the cash, because if somebody trades $10,000 and sells $10,000, these guys take a little cut. These guys take a little cut. Photon, BullX, the bots. These guys take a little cut. These guys take a little cut. And so Solana is also very inflationary. That means that um, Solana has not hit an all-time high yet, as you can see compared to its 2021 numbers. It has not hit an all-time high yet. Yet the market cap has hit an all-time high, which means that there are more tokens being made. So that means it is an inflationary asset. So as much as I've said about Solana, it's a house of cards. On Solana, the people that are making the most are farming retail, are the ones selling the golden pickaxes, PumpFun, Photon, Bullx. Um, you know, the VCs are making a lot. The supply is quite concentrated. It is decentralized, but it's not as decentralized as you think. Um, there are hedge funds, very, very, very tricky hedge funds, and HFT firms. You guys can Google what HFT firms or hedge funds mean. Hedge fund means. Um, uh, this guy in particular. Yeah, I don't know where he is, but anyways, he's talked about a lot about Solana. I'll write about him in the description. Mm, okay, no, I can't find him, but I'll talk a lot about him in the description. He alone, I think he's part of one of the biggest VC firms. He has made a lot of money on Solana. Oh my god, what did I just see? Jesus Christ. Alright, editor, edit that out. Oh my god. That's just pump fun for you. I'm gonna get off this page. But anyways, I know I've talked about Solana. It sounds like the biggest VC scam. And it was. Remember how we talked about this candle and the whole FTX overhang? L1s don't normally go from $260 to whatever this price was, 7 or whatever it was. The market cap matters a lot more than the price. So the market, like, this is just unit bias. This doesn't really mean anything. It's possible that this goes to like 500 and it flips Ethereum. So again, price in crypto means nothing. It's just market cap. The prices are just a unit bias make to trick you. Not, it's about supply to price. It's not about how much one token is worth. You could have Dogecoin that goes to $1, which would be worth about 100 billion, versus Solana, which is, worth over 100 billion, or well, let's just say it's possible for Solana to go to 200 and be worth 1 billion. Obviously, that's not true. It's just unit bias in crypto. It's not a big thing. Don't worry about the price. Worry about market cap. Although human psychology prefers lower prices, so that's why a lot of meme coins will have be worth like a market cap of 100 million, and the price will be 0.00001, because that's just how you own more tokens. So the supply in this case would be like 10 trillion or something. But that's not really what happens now. But anyways, Solana's good. All the FUD that I just talked about is a little bit more advanced. Don't worry about it. You'll be here, you'll make money on it, but when it's time to sell, you sell, right? When it's time to get out, you get out. My prediction is Solana goes to $420 this cycle, minimum, at least 420. It's a funny number. I've never smoked weed, but it's still a funny number. Okay, so first off, I want to show you some of you guys. I hope most of you guys are Canadian. Hey Justin Trudeau, but most of you guys are Canadian, so I'm gonna show you a little bit about Jupiter. Jupiter is just an example of a I don't know what to call Jupiter. Let's Google it, guys. Editor, cut this out. Jupiter is one of the. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's a decentralized trading platform. So a DEX, a DEX, a DEX. Great. Thanks, Google. Decentralized exchange, and that's very important. So Jupiter is an example of a DEX, a decentralized exchange, and that's what we like. We don't like things like Coinbase, or we'll just say centralized exchange examples. Um, so centralized exchanges are things like Coinbase and great. Okay, sure. Banks like Goldman Sachs, trading apps like Robinhood, payment processors like Visa. Um, I should know this. Yes. So Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, these guys are all centralized exchanges. And a huge thing this cycle, which is important for all coins, is that you want your coin to be good enough that it graduates to a centralized exchange. So you want your coin to be good enough such that, let's say I make a coin called Leo coin, which is my cat's name. Well, I guess it is my cat, but Leo coin. And if Leo coin probably gets to $500 million, these greedy, yes, I said the word greedy, not Jew, greedy, centralized exchanges want some of that trading volume. The reason being, they'll make fees off of that volume. So what will they do? They'll market buy a lot of that coin. And when they market buy a lot of that coin with their wallets, they can list it on their exchange, like Binance, Coinbase, Kraken. Bybit is another one who's about to list Harry Potter Bomb Masonic 10 Inu, aka ticker Bitcoin, soft shell. But anyways, most people in crypto interact. Well, not most people, you guys won't, but a lot of people in crypto who don't know about crypto interact with just these centralized exchanges. We don't want to do that. They're a good way to onboard your money, but we don't need to really use these. But they just exist. And you want your coins to be listed on these. These are T1, these three plus Bybit. These are an example of T1 exchanges. You want your coin to graduate to these. But before your coin graduates to these, it's on Radium, and thus it's also on Jupiter. So Jupiter is an example of a decentralized exchange, and these guys list every coin, mainly because this is where these coins actually reside. I'll talk about Jupiter first. It's not necessarily important to know what DEX is. It's just a decentralized exchange. It's not governed by like a huge authority like Coinbase is. It's not like a company like Coinbase. It's just, this is where all crypto lives. Well, that we care about this cycle. So we can bridge assets into Solana from a CEX. If you guys are doing that, there are guides here and instructions here. I won't hold your hand. You guys can figure this out. This is another way to on ramp. I think this is quite a good way to on ramp. You can directly do Canadian dollars or whatever, Argentinian pesos, Australian dollars, Azerbaijan dollars, Azerbaijan, yuck. Please click off the video if you have any Israeli shekels. But anyways, you can use your Canadian dollars. Let's say we'll put whatever, 100 Canadian dollars. Actually, how much is Solana? Yeah, Canadian dollars suck. Oh, Jesus. And you can, you get one Solana here, and this determines the route, best price. So these guys take care of the best price. So these guys, the back end, the front end is actually just Jupiter, and the back end is these guys. So you can think of Jupiter as an aggregator. There's similar things like this on Ethereum. And you can have multiple methods: Google Pay, Interact e-transfer, debit, credit, and Apple Pay. Interact is probably the cheapest and the quickest, so you can on-ramp like this. You can debridge, which is in beta, and that's turning your ETH into Solana. Or actually, okay, we'll skip this because freak, I did not mean to press that. Okay, USDC. I think I talked about this a little bit earlier. USDC is just a stable coin, so $1 American equals 1 USDC coin. So think of this as the equivalent to American dollars in crypto. Use USDC, don't use USDT. And USDC lives on all chains, and the one we care about is USDC on Solana. These are still the same, but they're on different L1s. I know it's quite silly, but that's just how it is. So if you have Ethereum USDC, you can turn it into Solana USDC. And again, the route is predetermined for you, and the fees, I'm pretty sure these guys actually do 0 fees. And this is the same thing here. Yep, you can turn whatever coin into Solana or into whatever, and it shows all the quotes. I actually only use Mayan Finance, and I just realized I was getting robbed a little bit. Interesting. Whatever. They gave me free money. But anyway, so that's a little bit of Jupiter. This is Spot. So these are the basics a little bit. Let's say you want to buy a coin. You'll turn your Solana into, let's find a coin. Goat. This is a really interesting coin. Very interesting. Of course, I missed it, but it's probably one of the most interesting coins in all of crypto, in my opinion. And this thing will list every coin, and we'll put the contract address in here, and boom, we have the coin Goat. Even newer coins we can find here, like Kabuso. This came out less than a day ago. We'll go here, we'll go in here. It shows this warning. It's gonna give me a warning. It's not verified. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Oh, actually, hold on. Sorry, let me use a better example. I don't like that. Okay. So we come here, and boom, and boom. Yep. Okay, that's here. Editor, cut this out until it works. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we're not actually going to use Jupiter. I'm just showing you. Oh no, what happened to my internet? Editor, cut this out. I'm paying you good damn money. Hello, Kenzie. We're in a little break. Oh my god, bro. It won't load. Okay. Wow. Right, there it is. This is actually really interesting now, too. They made 8 Pro, but this is a good way to do it, because boom, put the coin in here and you get a 0. I'm pretty sure it's a 0% trading fee. Normally the bots will take 1%, but if you're not necessarily trading and you're just buying or selling a position and you don't necessarily care about the timing a little bit too much, you're good. Just boom, do whatever you want here. Solana to Optimus, Optimus to Solana. Don't turn this on, leave this like it is. And now I'm going to talk about MEV protection. If you're buying like one Solana, which is what, 150 American dollars, or like, a few Solana, don't worry about this, leave this off. But if you're selling a lot, like I'd say, a few $1,000 or buying a few $1,000, I would put this on. And this basically means that, you're turning on MEV protection. It hides your swaps from MEV or sandwich attacks, and, by sending your transactions directly to Geo validators. This is a little bit nuanced. I don't think you guys need to understand this, but just think of this, that every time you're trading on any network in crypto, whether that be Ethereum, whether that be Solana, there's somebody out there that's running a bot that will front run your transaction. Let's say you want to buy $100 worth of a coin. They will, right before you buy, the bot will buy $100,000 worth of that coin. So, you want to buy, let's say you want to buy right here. It'll do this. It'll bring the price all the way here, and then you buy here, and then it sells right away. So the price comes down here, and a lot of the times you'll see ticks like this. Not on Solana, obviously, not on something like Solana. I'm talking about meme coins that are worth, a few mil in market cap, but by doing that, the bot just made like $2 or $3 off your transaction, or it could be worse. It could have just made you buy this high and ate like 50% of your transaction. So, sometimes you need it on, sometimes you need it off. And GTO is just something that you can interact with the blockchain through, and it funnels your transactions into the nodes, and GTO just runs a lot of validators, etc., etc. Not a big deal. It's just something that, creates slots for transactions to happen on the blockchain and processes transactions. So I think that is enough of Jupiter. I want to start getting a little bit into coins. Okay, yeah, let's start talking about coins a little bit. Okay, so this is called DEX Screener. DEX Screener is something that picks up every single crypto coin. And there's a lot of options you can check. You can check what coins are trending in the last 5 minutes, 1 minute, 6 hours, 24 hours. You can choose the top coins in the last 24 hours by volume. As you can see, volume here. A lot of these will just be, hold on, let's, whoops. So top coins by volume. And volume is just things like how much money in the last 24 hours has been trading on a coin. So the first real coin we have here is this GOAT coin. These guys are like stable coins and stuff, and this is Donald Trump's coin. I think that volume is very much washed. So let's take a look at this. Oh god. And obviously, look, in the last 24 hours, it has traded $62.8 million of volume. And volume is just the total amount of money bought. So we have $31.5 million in buy volume, and we have $31.1 million of sell volume. Again, I have my retainers in, so I can tell I sound like an absolute nerd, but bear with me. And you can see, transactions, the amount of transactions on a coin. This is bad because you can bot this very easy. You can make bots that buy $1, sell $1, etc. So don't worry about that too much. Volume is a good indicator, but you're already too late if it's this high. I would not buy this. Maybe it does go to 1 billion, but anyways, don't worry about this. Don't worry about this, etc., etc. I'm gonna talk about the coins a little bit now. So again, let's just sort by trending in the last 5 hours. So in the last, let's just do 6 hours. So in the last 6 hours, these are the trending coins. There's a lot. Let's just look at the first page. Trending, I don't really know how it's decided. It's just where the volume is at the moment and many other factors. You can also have a lot of these ranked by buys, transactions. Let's just volume in the last 5 minutes, right? In the last 5 minutes, the things that had the most volume are these. Baby Chimp has done really well. It's done $303,000 of volume in, we were looking at 6 hours, right? So, okay. Yeah, so, okay, yeah, solid volume there. This is a little buggy, so don't harp on me. But anyways, market cap, these are normally the same. You want these to be the same. If they're not the same, you're in trouble. You want this to be the same. Pair age, how old the pair is. Let's just search trending, and then you can put filters on as well. I'll talk about these in a bit. But so this is the name of the token. This is what it's on. All these are on Solana, as you can tell. Solana, Ethereum on Uniswap, and these are seeded on Radium. You don't need to worry about it too much. Radium is essentially just where the coin lives, where the liquidity pool lives, right here. and you can actually create liquidity pools. I'll talk about this a bit. So an LP, which stands for liquidity pool. So when a coin is launched on a decentralized exchange, it's added to a liquidity pool, 50-50. Half is split on Solana, and a half is split on the random shitcoin. So if I create a pool, it's not gonna let me, but whatever. When I'm creating a pool, half of the coin, I'd put half of the coin, the liquidity pool would be half Solana. Like I'd pair maybe 10 Solana with all the coins. Let's say I create 1 trillion coins. The liquidity pool would be, or let's say I create 1 trillion and then I send, this is a big issue. This is usually people used to create coins like this. They'd create, create the pool. And let's say they have 100% of the tokens in the wallet of the deployer. Let's say there's 100 coins only. Normally you will have way more than 100 coins, but let's say they only have 100 coins. They could put 50% of the coins in a random wallet and then 50% of the coins in the liquidity pool. And then half the liquidity pool would be those coins and the other half of the liquidity pool would be the tokens. So as you see here, this $5.2 million in liquidity is actually $2.6 million worth of the GOAT token and $2.6 million worth of Solana. So if you want to sell, that is, you have around $2.6 million worth of money to sell into the liquidity pool, and you have about $2.6 million worth of tokens to buy. But that's not all. If you look in the last 24 hours, as you can see, there has been $31.4 million worth of buy volume. So sellers can just sell. This is very abstracted. You don't need to worry about this. And you won't know if you're actually selling to the liquidity pool, which grows as the token grows, or if you're selling into volume. So the sell volume, maybe these guys are just counteracting each other. Every buy is counter with the sold. Every sell is counter with the buy. I would assume the algorithm, or not the algorithm, the infrastructure would prefer people to sell right into volume to each other, and if need be, dip into the $2.6 million worth of liquidity of, right here. This would be sell side liquidity and $2.6 million worth of buy side liquidity of the tokens and Solana. So they're just paired together. But anyways, so the whole thing was, I want you to remember this. If you launch it on Radium directly, directly on Radium, once a coin is on Radium, that is when DEX Screener picks the coin up, right? So I'll sort by new pairs. Can I not have any filters? Okay, yeah, so all these coins, and I want to show you something really quick. You can, all platforms, we just want Solana, and we just want Radium. That's all we really care about, okay? All these coins that you see, all of them are on Radium. That's why you can see them, right? On Radium. So the issue with this is somebody could just only put half. You want them to put 100% of the tokens minted. Minted just means created by the deployer into the LP. But if you create it directly here, you can send 50% of those tokens to a random wallet, and then you can start selling from that wallet. It's very easy to track this using SoulScan. I'll make another video on SoulScan because it is a little difficult, and I don't think you guys will understand it too much, but you can track it, but people who don't understand what they're doing won't be able to track it, and they'll just be used as exit liquidity. So we have these out the way. You can also buy tokens on Radium. Jupiter and Radium are very similar. What coin comes on Radium, Jupiter will also be like, yeah, it's ours now. But this is what matters. DEX Screener tracks Radium. Jupiter tracks radium. Radium is where the liquidity pool of these coins live, and thus that is essentially where these coins actually live. And all of these apps, these DEX Screener, Jupiter, Photon, Bullets, all these in reality are just interfaces that let you interact with liquidity pools and coins on Radium in different ways. So again, they're just interfaces, and their backends all point to Radium because that's where the liquidity pool of these tokens are actually seated. So these are essentially just, all of them are just scraping, even Jupiter. They're just scraping Radium. This is the one website. This and Pump.Fun, which I'll tell you about, these are the two websites that really matter. The rest are just interfaces that are scraping coins and liquidity pools. The coin is essentially a liquidity pool that resides on here, Radium. So back to DEX Screener. Let's just look at actual coins. So Cabuso is the name of the coin. This is the ticker. This is what its price is. Not a big deal. This is when it was launched, how many hours ago, minutes ago, seconds ago. Amount of transactions so far on this coin in the last 6 hours, or I guess in the last 5 minutes. So, the amount of transactions in the last 5 minutes. I'm not sure why it's 5 minutes. You can just play around. Oops, that's why. 24 hours. So, okay, that's how many transactions in the last 24 hours. See, you can just filter by this. Volume, remember, buy plus sell volume. Makers, the amount of unique wallets that traded. But again, this is bad because you can make as many wallets with bots. And these are the 5, 1, 6, 24-hour performances. This is the liquidity. Remember, half is Solana and half is the token. And this is the market cap. As you can tell, this is done very well. This is essentially what matters the most, how much the coin is valued. So it's essentially the price of one token multiplied by how many tokens there are, which gives you the market cap. You don't need to know that. It's just how you trade. So if you buy a token right now, let's say this is at $360 million. If you buy $1,000 right now and it does a 2x, it goes to 720 million, and you sell, you just made $1,000 because it did 2x. You put in 1,000, multiply by 2, you have 2,000, you sell, and obviously 2,000 minus 1,000 is 1,000, right? Let's click the coin on DEX Screener. DEX Screener is also a good name for it because it screens DEXs like this guy. And I press auto to kind of see the coin. I can scroll between the 1 second bars, 1 minute bars, 5, 15, 1 hour, 4 hours, the daily, etc. I bet most of you don't know this, so I'll just explain this really quick. This is for in the 1 hour, so these are each represent 1 hour. In a red one, it means the price started here. This is the highest it went. This is the lowest the price went, and this is where it closed. And in the next hour, this is actually the lowest it went. This is the highest it went. This is where the price opened, and then this is where the price closed. So it's quite simple. You can use lines if you want, but I prefer the candles. You can have the price here, but it doesn't tell you much. Remember how I was talking about unit bias? This, depending on the unit bias, I can tell this will represent 360 million, but it's better to just use market cap and just keep it at USD, not Solana. These are all the transactions coming in, the when they came in, if it was a buy or sell, if it was how much USD it was, how much of the token. Don't worry about this. This is not too important. This just tells you how much is Solana. So I guess this is the only important one. This is, and what the price would be. And this is the maker, aka the wallet that did this so far. And this is a nice little feature. You can tell this guy bought Nice. Wow. This guy. Well, that's a bot, but this guy bought 298 of it, and okay, whatever. As you can see, this is how much they bought right there. Holy shit! Jesus, did you guys see that guy? Oh my god! Oh my god, he's rich. Oh, holy shit. Okay. Um. Holy shit, 7.7 million. Okay, so he bought. It's, why is it moving? Fuck. Okay, whatever. Oh, nice. So he bought $4.5 million worth of it, and so far he sold 2.7 million. Or so. Wow, we just saw an update. He sold 2.8 million. So obviously, if he bought, I swear to God, I'm gonna break something. I need to talk faster. He sold that, so obviously he's down 1.6 million so far, but in reality he's not because he still has 7.7 million dollars worth to sell. So if he sold right now, he'd be up like what, like three, 7.7. He sold two. He'd be up. He had made over $5 million on this trade. So this is just how much they've bought, how much they've sold so far, and if the P&L is red, you can just do the math. But if the P&L is red, it means they're down so far, and unrealized means how much they have left to sell. So it's possible that if you buy, like this guy, he bought 23 and he sold 0. So obviously it's saying he's down 23, but if he's unrealized 23, so if he were to sell everything right now, he'd be okay. Like he'd get his $23. So he's not actually down. It's just, you know, if you haven't sold anything, it just shows, your P&L is red. And then this is how you click on the actual transaction, like we were. Go away, go away. Thank you. You can click on the transaction. You can read the transaction. This might be a little complex for you guys. Don't worry about it. It took me a while to understand too. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about this. So you understand this a little bit more. This is the ticker, GOAT, and then this is the name of the coin. Ticker is just how you represent a coin, like Microsoft's is MSFT. Um, I can't believe they didn't give me a return offer. This is the website. You can link a website here, Twitter here, Telegram here. Um, these relate to. So this is a website of this coin, Twitter. Somebody made this. Obviously, this is a price. Price in Solana. Liquidity. These should be the same. Market cap and FTV. This is how it's done in 5 minutes. The amount of transactions, amount of volume, which is buy plus sell, amount of buys and sells, and buyers and sellers. 1 hour, same thing. 6:24. You can put it on watch list. You can turn alerts on. When it was created, and so as you can see, this is in the liquidity pool. How much tokens there? How many tokens there are? How much Solana? You want to copy this one. This is like the address of a coin. Just like how websites are actually just IP addresses, and we have domain name systems that translate the name of a website to an IP that fetches the website. Like even when you type in, like, I don't know, what website do people go on? Assistant, what website do people like to use? Oh, my assistant is sleeping. Anyways, like any website, like whatever, Twitter, um, the name Twitter x.com is just friendly for us because it's human readable, but in reality, the way computers operate is by binary and looking at numbers. So in reality, instead of typing twitter.com, which is, just human readable for us, computers just operate off of numbers. They'll see an IP, and the DNS domain name system will turn that IP into more numbers and more numbers, blah, 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 and fetch that website. The same way, this ticker is just easy for us, but in the back end, it actually uses the address I just copied, which looks like this, as you can see here. These last 4 words are very important. And this address is, think of it like the IP behind a website, and the computers or whatever that goes on in the back end actually uses this to identify the coin on Radium. And so this is what matters. There is no issues in the audit. Mintable, you can't make any more coins. Freeze, you can't freeze any coins. These are important. And this was the original profile. And CTOs, usually when the dev, the person who made this sells, you have to a community needs to take it over. Oh no, this is not too important. Don't worry about it. This is just, you'll learn what this means. It's just what happens. So actually I'm gonna talk about this a little bit. So the original profile, I guess this AI sold a coin, and then this AI decided to take over its own coin, and then it sold again. So it did another community takeover, and then it did another community takeover. It's like resalvaging a car multiple times, and different groups do it when the original owner gets rid of it. But yeah, a little bit more top traders in the past 30 days. These are the people who made the most on this token, and these are also the people who lost most on this token. So how much they bought, how much they sold, their P&L. This guy actually has a little bit more to sell. I know this number, like actually a lot of these are accurate, but okay, this guy, he only bought 977 tokens, and he sold 1,000 tokens. No, sorry. Those are transactions. He bought 8.7 million and he sold 17.3. This is just the coins that he bought, the amount. So he bought 8.7 million after the coin graduated and seeded to Radium before it was on Pump.Fun. And the rest that he sold, like these extras he bought earlier on Pump.Fun, you can click here to view all his transactions. I'll go to the daily. He'll make it easier for you. So you can see all his buys and sells, all of these, great. You can click on him to see what he did. Really cool. Good for you, man. You made a lot of money. And in the past 7, 3, 1, whatever, same thing. Top traders, snipers, sort by P&L. This guy made the most. Sniping is just who buy. This is a bot, by the way. A bot who buys a coin right away. So this guy's sniper. He bought it right when it graduated. Holders, these are wallets. Each wallet has an address. This is how much percent of the token they own. Obviously this adds up to 100, so what would this be, like 22, just 21 point whatever percent, 1 minus 0.32, these would add up to. And this is how much they have in dollars, I guess. These are the LPs. Obviously this is Burn, this is probably Radium. And bubble maps is a visual way to see who owns how much. It's a little bit dangerous because this shows that these guys, this guy and this guy, own the same amount. So the cluster percentage is 1.7. So even though this guy actually owns 1.33, because these are all separate wallets, you want them to be like this. This guy, he owns both these wallets, and this is a thing people do. They'll buy a lot, like a little bit through multiple wallets. So he actually owns 1.7% because that's what these two numbers add up to. So he's actually the top owner. So you have to watch out for stuff like that. Bubble maps is a good way to avoid it. Bubble maps. This was just a visual way to see which wallets own which. You don't like this stuff, but it's whatever. I realized I did miss something, and it was this Phantom Wallet. So this is literally download it on your phone. So Phantom Wallet is the first thing you do need, and it's where you hold all your meme coins, hold all your Solana, whatever, everything. This is where everything is. Just download it, and it's very easy to use. Make sure you the phrase they give you, which is like however many words, 12 words or something, make sure you copy that down somewhere. Don't take a screenshot, write it down and hide it. And anyways, okay, so that's DEX screener. You can play around with it. And that is a more so DEX screener. And yeah, that is is a good coin. Obviously, I missed this, but anyways. So something I want to talk about is Pump.Fun. So Pump.Fun this cycle has definitely become one of the craziest creations ever. I remember seeing a chart that said Pump.Fun's revenue, because every time you buy coin from here, they actually get 1% of the amount you bought. So if you bought $100 worth of coin, they get $1. Pump.Fun has had higher volume than the Ethereum network, which is absolutely insane. A lot of you won't understand what that means, but the fact that happened is insane. It's like me making a sound, like an album, and post it on SoundCloud, and I get more money off that album than Drake does on like some OVO thing made, OVO album that he makes. So it's quite crazy. This thing is interesting, and it's done really well. This is very brain rot. Oh my god! Please edit. Jesus Christ. Edit that out, please. Whoever. Oh my god. So this thing is done really well. This is the name of the coin, who made it, the ticker, the description of the coin, Trump 2024, the amount of replies to it. You can live stream as well here. This guy here, we can see his live stream. So actually, let's click on his, right? Oh no, I don't want to click on that. And I'm turning this off. And so these are, let's just do bump order. Bump order shows like what people bought. So this was recently bought by somebody, and then this was recently bought by someone. If you hover over it, pauses, and these open up at like $5,000 or 4 something thousand dollar market cap anyways. So they won't go lower than that, but let's just click on one of these. Let's just talk about how it works first. So the reason this is done really well is because it promotes fair launches. So Pump prevents rugs by making sure that all created tokens are safe. Each coin on Pump is a fair launch with no pre-sale and no team allocation. So when you make the token is made and everyone has a chance to buy it. And you can be the first one to buy it or someone else. The thing is that the person who buys this token first will pay $2 because that's how much it costs to make the token. Before, it cost $2 simply to launch, and there was less volume on this because no bots couldn't launch. But now it's free to launch tokens, so bots launch tokens, and the first one buys $2 worth of pays the $2 to launch the token. Or I think it's either $2 or 0.2 Solana. But anyways, if this token graduates to Radium, then that means that the person who bought first, aka the one who paid the $2 or 0.2 Solana, whatever it is, will get one free Solana, saying congratulations, your coin got there. I'll tell you what it means. This stuff, you'll understand this a little bit more. But so first, you pick a coin that you like and buy the coin on the bonding curve. What is the bonding curve? This is the bonding curve progress. This means it's only at 22%. This is the current chart. This is the market cap, ticker, name, contract address, the 1 minute chart, and this is a bonding curve progress. So what does a bonding curve mean? So sell at any time, lock in profits. You can buy and sell on this as well. But when enough people buy it on the bonding curve, the bonding curve reaches a market cap of $69,000. And that means the bonding curve progress will be at 100%. So when market cap reaches here, sometimes it's different, I don't know. All the liquidity from the bonding curve will be deposited into Radium and burnt. And progression will increase and price goes up. And so at this moment, there are this many tokens still available for sale in the bonding curve, and there's 5.83 Solana in the bonding curve. You can buy and sell here, but that's not what we're gonna do. But anyways, remember how we were talking about liquidity pools. The bonding curve is a liquidity pool, just like how radium is, and how every coin has a liquidity pool. But anyways, so $12,000 worth of liquidity is then deposited into radium and burnt. Burnt means that it's just gone. You know, it's untouchable. They can't take the money. You know, take it out. And what I mean by this is, remember how we were talking about water break editor. All right, uncut editor started in. So we were talking about how the liquidity pool should be 100% of the coin plus however many Solana you want to pair with it. But you can put 50% of the coin into a random wallet and then 50% into the liquidity pool. And then you could sell that 50% onto people, and you essentially just scam people. But with PumpFun, it has its own bonding curve, and once the bonding curve hits 100, once the bonding curve hits 100, and you know, there's no more tokens, no more Solana, we will then, the coin gets to radium. So before the traditional method, it would take like 4,000 American dollars to launch a coin or something like that. 2,000 American dollars here. It's $2 to launch a coin. But the thing is that none of these coins, not a single one of these coins, because I'm looking at the market caps, not a single one of these coins are actually on radium yet. And thus, they're not on radium, they're not on Jupiter, they're not on DEX Screener, and they're not on the trading bots I was showing you, these two trading bots. Because, you know, they haven't graduated yet. They haven't hit these numbers that they need. So this is like a preliminary liquidity pool, and this is the final liquidity pool, right? And once it does, you know, the coin will be seeded, graduate from PumpFun, and be seeded onto radium. So it's like the pre-radium little step. And as you can see, this is such a good creation because fair launch, no pre-sale. Pre-sales are annoying. The launch is completely fair. Their tokens are not mintable, they're not freezable. And most importantly, there's no team allocation. You can't do that 50% hidden and only 50% into the liquidity pool, as I was talking about before. And I think this is a very good thing. You can buy and sell here. This is like its own decentralized exchange, if you will, just like Radium was. As you can see, the Radium pool seeded. View the coin on Radium here. If we press here, loading. Things are very slow. Anyways, so oh god, whatever. We'll search out some of the most the highest market cap coins on Solana that were from PumpFun. This is at, I guess that would be 381 million. Holy shit, this is done very well. 350 million, 182 million, 140 million. Mudang, you know, this. All these guys were graduates from this preliminary liquidity pool with its own preliminary DEX with its own liquidity pool, and then eventually it comes here, and as you know, once it reaches here, I wonder if I can finally click on this. Oh, I promise I'm a human coin or gecko terminal. And once it reaches here, this guy, and the two bots, because they're just interfaces that scrape Radium's liquidity pools and create information about the coin, because this is a little bit unreadable and a little bit hard to see. They just, manipulate the data from Radium, and their backends just, they send all transactions through Radium to Radium, and they deal with everything. And again, I know I've repeated this, these guys are simply just interfaces that scrape Radium and let you interact with the coins that live on Radium, the liquidity pools. And they just manipulate it and let you interact in different ways. A more basic way, and these two are a little bit more advanced. So let's talk about these really quickly. So these are the socials. People can talk about the coin. There is the holder distribution. So the top wallet owns this much, and this, how much percentage of the coin. So if this is worth almost 400 million, that means this would be worth almost 4 mil. And again, same thing, the bubble map. This is very important. Boom. Wallet list, this cluster, these guys. Wow. This guy owns a decent amount, so he's actually the number one holder. And I think that is shown somewhere here. And I think, yep, the socials would also be somewhere here. I guess the social, I swear the socials are usually the way. I guess not. Maybe on Signal. Yeah, see, so you can see the Twitter here, the Telegram here, the website here. And once this coin, even before this coin graduates to Radium, people can pay the DEX screener. And paying the DEX screener means normally this will be blank. I'll show you an example of what it means to be blank. So let's look at these coins. Let's look at new pairs. Sort by newest pair. And these coins, all these coins, well, let's just look at just Solana, right? Solana. So all we care about is Solana. We're too broke for anything else. All these coins, 1 million, all these coins, they just graduated. Well, most of them. The ones that did graduate are the ones, if I click here, the ones that address ends in this, pump, PUMP, all these tokens. And I can even click, copy the address here, go here, press enter, and hello. Okay, interesting. Let's try with a different one. Sorry. This definitely will show up, right? And we'll go here, enter, boom. We found it. This is definitely a scam, but whatever. I'm just showing you Twitter, Telegram here. And as you saw earlier, some of these are just not updated. Boom, 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 boom. Like, look how empty this looks. Nothing, right? It's because even when the coin's on Pump.Fun, a good way to know if the team is serious or the person is serious is if they pay for the DEX screener. It's annoying, but this is the DEX screener, how they make money. One of the ways. One is boosts, which are annoying, and what you saw earlier, like the full yellow names. And one is here, as you can tell, this has a picture, and you pay, so you have a banner, right? You get the banner here, and you get the banner here. You get the link to Twitter and Telegram here, name here. Claim your DEX screener token profile. And they pay like, actually, let's see how much it is. Jesus, my goodness. Anyways, that's how much it is, $2.99, and you get to update your token information. The only tokens that do well are the ones with the DEX screener paid. So that is quite important. So I think you understand how coins graduate and seed to Radium. These and the bots are just front ends that scrape Radium's LP pools and manipulate how you view and how you interact with these LP pools, aka the coins that are seed on Radium. The backend just go through Radium, and that is, you know, oh, we don't want to look at that. And that is actually all for this video. Let me just end it with this. The creator of the pool, actually, you don't need to know this. This is important. The LP pool, so a liquidity pool makes a coin tradable. It's necessary to have buy/sell a token. If the coin pumps, you could end up with $10,000 Solana in the LP. When people buy, they remove tokens from the LP in exchange for Solana. So think of it like a pool. If you want tokens, we throw Solana in, and we get tokens out, and now the pool has more Solana. And now these LP tokens that the dev now has, don't worry about this, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. And Radium is the DEX most coins liquidity pools exist on. That supply is the trading pool. This is essentially the coin. Boom. So that's all for this video. I feel like it was a lot. I don't want to make my editor talk too much. Why do I have this open? And anyways, alright, I will make another video about the rest of this. Before I go, I'm gonna have my assistant tell you about whether they want, what price they think Harry Potter Obama Senate Sonic 10 Inu will go to. So assistant, can you say a random number between 1 and 100, 1 and 1 million? Assistant, test. Oh, editor, edit that out. My assistant's not here. Anyways, alright, that's that video. Please save.